Good morning. It is 9 a.m. on Thursday, May 26th, 2022. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. I've kind of been getting up slowly. Boy, I tell you, I am still feeling better, but I guess it's just one of those things where you have to kind of have constantly evolving expectations. Is like, I think once I started feeling improved so quickly, I guess I kind of just assumed that that trend was going to continue all the way until I was 100% and then just done and then just taking the rest of the medicine just for the heck of it. But yeah, I guess that's not quite the case. So I'm dramatically improved, but still dealing with little bits of like lingering congestion, lingering post nasal drip, uh, just lingering feeling like my sleep is still pretty disrupted. Like I woke up at like 4 a.m. and then just suddenly was like not going to go back to sleep. Like this is just not going to happen. And I took Rocket out and I gave him some breakfast because he was stirring. And I'm looking around and I was like, well, geez, am I just up now? And then all of a sudden, and I was thinking, you know what, I really ought to try to get back to sleep. And then eventually I managed it, but then I was just like, ugh, fell like a brick again. So yeah, my sleep is still a little bit messed up, and so I don't know what that's all about, but the only thing I can imagine is what I can only imagine that if I had not gotten that medication, I would probably just still be feeling substantially worse, which, you know, I'm glad that's not the case. But yeah, so just kind of trying to be patient with myself. Um, and I've got to finish doing this because, like, if I'm, uh, well, anyway, just kind of a little bit scattered, I think, still today. What did I'm trying to remember what else I even did yesterday because I did work from home. And then I had one of my D&D games that I'm a player in later in the evening. I guess I played more Horizon Zero Dawn, but yeah, I guess maybe that's another. Well, I don't know. Maybe just the day didn't necessarily have much notable other than those things, so that's why I'm not remembering. But yeah, I'm still feeling a little bit scattered. But, all things considered, you know, a little bit scattered, a little bit of post nasal drip. I'll take it over the way that I was feeling over the weekend and before. Um, Gosh, I feel like, so what's new with you? Yeah, I don't know. Um, I'm excited for the new Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show. I know that it's not, I think it's premieres tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I'm looking forward to that one, and it's interesting because it is an anomaly in my, like, I'm gonna watch all the Star Wars shows. I'm not gonna pretend otherwise. But for example, what I've been a little bit frustrated with was this tendency where it seemed like they were only willing to have things um, look backwards and this feeling like we have to connect every single dot to every single other dot. I've talked about this before. But for example, even as much as I liked the character in Rogue One, basing a TV show on Cassian Andor, when we know what happens to him, I'm sure that they are capable of telling an interesting story there, but it's like it's sort of like a double prequel because on the one hand, it's like how do we tell the story of how that guy becomes the guy who does the thing in Rogue One? Except that, like, first of all, Rogue One kind of already tells that story. And then it's an end point, right? Where instead of being willing to move anything forward, or alternately being daring enough to actually tell a story about a part of the galaxy that we don't know already. Because even if you want to tell a story that takes place in between known movies, don't have to focus it on a character who has a sell-by date. Now, that said, Obi-Wan is the exception because it's Ewan McGregor playing Obi-Wan, and I will make an exception there. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.